I have a phobia of going to the doctor. No offense, Brown. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Zoe, and today we're gonna be doing something very exciting. Something I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and something that I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do. So if you guys clicked on the title, you probably know that today's video is going to be about 50 random facts about me. That was horrible, Zoe. Like, don't ever do that again. Anyway, I hope everyone is staying safe. Everyone is being in their quarantine. I hope everyone is washing their hands every 2 seconds, sanitizing their hands every 5 minutes, and like if you're going out to the mart or like the grocery store, I hope you're wearing your mask. I know this is a difficult time for some of you who are like me and you can't wait to get out and you've been feeling so restless. But I feel like even myself, for the first few days I was feeling very restless and like very empty and very anxious. But I feel like I've come to a point where I've learned to accept this whole thing. Because for me personally, I have not stayed at home this long, except for like when I was studying for my IGs, like during my examination period. Other than that, I have not stayed at home this long, which is mind-blowing. Okay, so before I move on to the video, I am going to do a little OOTD because I love all the jewelry and everything that I'm wearing. The necklaces that I'm wearing is actually this layered piece from Lovisa, and it's this rose gold color, and we have another rose gold theme going on as we have like the bird cage. I call this the bird cage earring because it's so nice and intricate, and I just love it so much. So we have like a monochrome theme going on today, and we also have this gold sheer top that I thrifted when I was in Bangkok, and inside is this black top from Divided H&M, and the skirt that you can't see it, but the skirt that I'm wearing is also from H&M Divided. So yeah, let's get on with the video.
It's not for me to say you love. It's not for me to say you love.
Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do.
I love these kind of videos because I get to know more about myself, you get to know more about me, and we can be friends because I have no friends. Yeah. Anyway, let's go on with the first fact. So my first fact is my name is spelled with a Y. So a little bit of a backstory. My dad, he went to ask his colleague's opinion on my name. So he was like, oh, so how's Zoe? Is that a good name? And then everyone was like, oh, that's a good name, Zoe. Zoe sounds like a good name. So the Y is actually to prevent all the confusion, and it's Zoe and not Zoe. So the Y makes all the difference, guys. So if you ever like spell my name Zoe, I am going to like freak out, okay? Because that literally has been my life. People spelling my name wrongly, which is so weird, but yeah, it's Zoe. Okay guys, Zoe. And fun fact, my name is actually, it means baby in Greek, but it's just baby Zoe, which is why I'm not that mature, because my name is baby. I have a phobia of going to the doctor, and I mean this. Like, I haven't been to the doctor, cross your fingers, touch the wood, touch everything. I have not been to the doctors for a good like 5 to 6 years. And that is because I'm so scared of going there. I remember screaming my lungs out when my mom brought me to the clinic when I was 3 to get my typhoid injection, and I was so scared. Like, I was really like, so I don't know how in the future I'm gonna go get those annual body checkups and all that. So just pray for me, guys. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I migrated to Hong Kong for 3 years when I was 7, and then I came back probably when I was 10 to 11. And surprisingly, my Cantonese is not as good as you guys would think it is. Like, but it's not as fluent as like you guys think it would be. Maybe because my parents didn't send me to a local school. Like, I'm not saying like I'm ungrateful and all that. I'm grateful that my parents sent me to an international school. but yeah, I feel like I just kind of didn't pick up as much Cantonese as I would, which is a problem. So whoever wants to speak to me in Cantonese, please do, because I always get roasted by my relatives, and yeah, that's bad. I absolutely love literature, like classical literature. I'm talking like Shakespeare, talking like, I can't name any other authors, I'm such a fake fan, but my favorite play from Shakespeare is Much Ado About Nothing. So if you guys love like literature and you guys want to explore more plays, go read the play, go watch the play, and tell me what you think about it, because I just love Much Ado About Nothing with you guys. My mom used to help me do all my art homework, like drawing art. I just could not art. Like, I don't know what it is about me drawing, and you guys could probably draw like a stickman better than me. That's how bad it is. Like, I've suffered with like not being able to draw properly ever since I was like younger, and I would see those people like drawing really nice like butterflies, and just me like, you can't even tell it's a butterfly, that kind of thing. Obviously I am better now, which is good, but my mom used to be a painter, and she used to be really interested in like art pieces and stuff, and look what happened to me. I'm probably not the gifted kid, so my brother got all the genes. I hate the rain. I say this like I mean it. So last time when I was younger, whenever it rained, I used to cry so much. Like, cry when there was like a thunderstorm, when there was lightning, and when it was raining, when it was pouring outside. I used to cry every time when it rains. And if you live in Malaysia, you probably know that it rains a lot out here. So like, imagine me crying every single day. I was a tough kid, guys. Now obviously it's not as bad. Like, I don't cry when it rains, because obviously you're older now. And so now how I deal with it is just, I just kind of like don't mind it, and I have like this rain playlist on Spotify, which is so cool. Like, I don't know anyone who has that. Why are you complimenting yourself? But yeah, I have this rain playlist that I play when it rains. I'm really sad when it rains, but what can you do with it, right? If I could eat anything in the world forever, like every single meal, that would be dumplings. I feel like I say this to every single person I know. Like, whenever it's like, oh, Zoe has this craving, what craving is that? It's definitely dumplings, like 100%. Like, you don't even need to ask me. I feel like even when I'm eating dumplings, I'll also be like, oh, I miss dumplings. Like, I have a craving for dumplings even when I'm eating it. So like, that's how bad it is. I can never get enough of it. Whether it's pan fried, whether it's steamed, whether it's both. So like, if you guys have any good dumpling restaurant like recommendations, please put it in the comment section below. I need to go try it out, because I feel like I've never truly secured like a very good restaurant that I could get dumplings, except for the one in Shanghai. But like, who is gonna find it out, right? My full name is actually Zoeyi. I feel like when I was in high school, I used to get teased a lot because everyone thought I was a rapper, like Zoeyi, right? But the thing is, my parents are not very well versed in Chinese language, so that's why they just made my Chinese name the same as my English name, which is Zoeyi. And then yeah, so that's basically it. So, and also fun fact, I changed my Chinese name, like the Chinese character, like a lot of times for some reason. I don't even know why, but yeah. So I got teased about it in high school, but here I am, Zoeyi, guys. It's easy to remember. I used to play the oboe for 3 years when I was in my high school band. And the thing is, obviously I feel very lucky and fortunate to be chosen to play this instrument, but playing it was so hard. Like, it looks like a clarinet. I'll insert a picture of it here. You see what an oboe looks like. But it is a double reed instrument, and it sounds like a duck, and it's really hard to master, and I'm glad I've learned it for 3 years, but I'm not learning it now, so that's kind of sad. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun learning it, and it was definitely tough. But apparently I heard from like my band teachers and all, like only 20 people at max know how to play this in the whole of Malaysia. So I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cool for an instrument. So I'm glad I got an opportunity to play the oboe. I have an addiction to reading serial killer series, and I mean this. Like, there's this one, the more gory it is, the better. Like, the more blood it is, the better. So, I mean, I don't mean it in like a very serial killer-ish way, but like, I am like hunting for like serial killer books to read right now, because you know it's quarantine season, right guys? So I personally love David Badachi's stories just because it's so intricate and complicated, and like the more complicated it is, the better. the more I don't understand it, the better, which is weird. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I have been finding a few series to read up on. I just really love the whole like thought process in the whole like story. My dream one day is to open an amusement park. And yes, I've been telling this to my mom ever since I was 7. I'm like, Mom, one day I'm gonna open up my own amusement park. I don't know why, because every single time I go to an amusement park, it's just like a magical experience there, and like I cannot explain it in words because it's so dreamy, it's so romantic, it's so fun, and it's so me. So like when I grow older and when I get enough money to build you guys an amusement park. But my favorite amusement park of all time is actually Tokyo Disney Sea. If you guys get a chance to visit Tokyo, you have to go to Tokyo Disney Sea. It's the best thing ever. Like, I like how so much thought is put into an amusement park when you're like making it. You think about the performance, like the parades, the like whole structure, what kind of rides, what food, like the foods and all that. I feel like it's so, like it's a massive project, so I would kill to do it. The next fact is kind of debatable. My priority right now is not to get into a relationship, and so the fact is that I don't want to get married. But as of now, I've decided that I don't want to be in any relationship, any sort of like serious relationship, because my priority right now is not to be committed in such a huge ordeal. Ooh, you're using big words now, huh? So yeah, I just want to focus myself, focus on my career, and once I feel like I'm steady enough to like stand on my own 2 feet, then maybe I'll consider having a relationship. But that's just me, okay guys? You guys can also like, you know, be committed in your relationship and have a good career and like do both at the same time, but it's just me personally, like I can't juggle both. So we'll see. Whenever I watch a musical, theater, play, movie, whatever show it is, I always imagine myself as the main character, and I just can't step out of it. Whenever it's like a romantic like musical, whether it's like an adventurous musical, whether it's just kind of like a very melodramatic like musical, I always imagine myself as the main person, and I can never snap out of it until it's the end of the show, which is so bad because I always like I'm just stuck, I'm just like glued. Like I don't know whether it's just me or whether you guys do that, but I feel like everyone who watches something like that should always immerse themselves, and I feel like it's always so fun. So yeah, I think it's just because I'm biased, because like I am gonna pursue performing arts in the future. Oh my god, that's another fact. This next fact, don't come at me for being like, oh my god Zoe, you think we're basic and you're the only one who's different. No. So I have been doing this like for a very long time. I don't like doing things mainstream. I like doing things like really differently. And I mean really differently, like it come to a point where like I used to write essays like not in the topic just because I wanted to be different. Like I wanted to write my essays so different, like really badly. So that was bad, but when it came to like free topic essays, I would like slay in it. No, like not slay lah. So yeah, I really love doing things differently, and it's not because like, oh, like I don't want to be basic, I don't want to be like, you know, that normal girl. It's just that I find when I do things that are so out of the box, it actually gives me a reason to do it. Like to me, why do it when it's normal, right? So it's just something that I've been doing for a very long time. It's a complicated concept, but just, you know, deal with it. My favorite pop singers are Sam Smith and Bruno Mars. And guys, I say this, like I love them so much. When Bruno came to Malaysia, it was during election day and everyone else was on their phones, you know, checking for like election updates and all that, right? But I was glued. Like I sat like 7 seats from the stage, so I could literally see his face, like I could literally see his pores. Well, that sounds disgusting, like, but I could, that's how near I was with him, and I was like drenched. Okay guys, my favorite song from Bruno is actually Versace and the Floor is definitely one of them. Chunky is definitely one of them. That's What I Like. Everyone knows that song. I love his whole 24K Magic album. Like I could die. And Sam Smith, what can I say, right? I love his every single piece. He has really, really good vocals. He's a great man, guys. I work at Lovisa, which is a dream, guys, because when I was younger, I would go to that store and like just browse around, come out like empty-handed, right? Because we were broke as a kid. So, but right now, I'm working there, which is such a dream. So if you guys ever want to like chill with me, you can come visit me at the store and it'll be a fun time because I can style you and it's very, very nice. So if you guys are interested, come visit me. The next fact is related to like the last fact. I own more jewelry than the average person. My mom has been giving me jewelry ever since I was really young, and I'm so thankful and grateful for that, because my mom used to go to like a lot of countries, and she used to be like a business person. She used to be traveling like 3-4 times a month, and she used to go out and like just collect jewelry from all the different countries that she went to. She would always give me some of her jewelry, and sometimes like the jewelry that she gives me are like way too mature. Like when I was 3, right, or 3 to 5, I would always find that like it's a bit too mature. But right now I'm actually keeping them like all like one by one and like collecting the pieces together because it's so fun. And yeah, I think I own more jewelry than clothes actually, so that's good. I don't know what it is about me, but I just don't like brown as the color. Like I don't know what it is. Like the only thing that reminds me of brown is chocolate poop. That's all I can think of actually. So like, I don't know why. It's just a color that's so like unflattering. Like no offense brown. Like I'm sorry if I ever hurt your feelings. Like no offense brown, but yeah, like it's kind of not. It's never been my favorite color. Like I'm okay with all the colors, but just not brown. I'm sorry. Justice for brown hashtag. Aside from being in love with like theater ballad songs, I love vlogging music and like soul music. So like recently I've been so obsessed with the band Surfaces. It's because, I don't know how, but like I just really love vlogging music. Even if it's just like instrumental music, like vlogging instrumental music, I still love it. Which is so surprising for me because I used to hate classical baroque instrumental music because I used to play it every single day for like piano. I used to do competitive piano, but not anymore because I have lost interest in that. And because it's so suffocating for me to play, to hear like classical and baroque every single day until a point where it got so like traumatizing. So that's why I haven't been listening to like classical music. But like now that I've heard like a lot of vlogging like slash soul instrumental music, I love it so much. So you guys can go check out Surfaces. I have it linked down below. You can just go check out all their albums because they're all so good. Whenever I go to Starbucks, right, and I expect to get a cup of coffee to like last me throughout the day, whether it's like pulling all-nighters or whether it's just like, you know, I want to be awake, right, I want to be like hyper, it never works on me. Like coffee just doesn't work on me. I don't know what it is about caffeine that just doesn't like boost me. Like I bet I would be much better out there like hyping out myself, doing whatever I need with music and all that, and it will work like 10 times better than coffee. I have no idea what it is. Yeah, caffeine just doesn't work on me for some reason. Let me know if you guys have that problem as well, because I don't know whether it's just me, but like it doesn't work. Like it doesn't work on me. My favorite movie of all time is, wait for it, is Joker. So if you guys don't know what Joker is, it's actually a movie that DC produced last year, and it hit like 1.4 billion box office. Yeah, it was really high, and Joaquin Phoenix, who played Joker, was actually nominated and he won the Academy Awards for like the best actor, and I was so happy for him because I really vouched for that movie. And if I could play any role like in the future, like any movie role, it would be the Joker, because I watched so many documentaries on like him, or like Joaquin Phoenix preparing for the Joker role, of Heath Ledger of preparing for like the Joker role, and it's honestly, it's so much thought and so much preparation has gone into preparing for this role that I feel like it's such a hard thing. If there ever is a female Joker, that is, like I would want to do it because it's so fantastic and so amazing. Next fact, I'm a bit embarrassed to admit, but I am very messy. Like I don't get the point of like tidying up when it's gonna get messed up again. You get what I mean? Like why bother tidying your room up when it's gonna get messy when you get new laundry in and you have to sort it all over again? Last time it used to be so bad. Like when I was in school, when I was in high school, my table used to be so like piled up with all those notes, like files, like books, right? Just like on my table, like, and I never like try to organize it. Why? Because you're gonna have to keep it at the end of the school day, okay? Like you guys gonna have like organize it after school, so why bother doing it? I don't know whether it's just me or like I'm a bad reader. Like I have a problem with reading books. I'm a very slow reader, and I don't know what it is about like me, especially for books I'm not interested in, and like I can just flip the first 2 pages and kind of like, you know, oh my god, this is boring. So I'm trying to work on it now, like my reading habits. I've been trying to read because like someone told me, I think it was like my theatre teacher or something, he said like, oh, like Americans are so good at reading. When like they read a piece of information, they can kind of just link with like all the different materials, and then they kind of like, you know, just brainstorm around that one like material, which is so cool. Like I really want to do that, so I'm trying to improve on my reading skills. My dream vacation is to go to Greece, and I've been saying this since I was like 14 or 13, and it's because Greece, right, when you look at it, like Santorini, it has that shade of blue, that shade of white, and I'm just so interested by like the infrastructure and like the scenery, and I love taking pictures. Tell me what's a dream vacation, guys, down in the comment section below. My first ever proper job was working in this Japanese bar. I know what you're thinking, oh my god Zoe, it's so sketchy, it's a Japanese bar, but no, it's actually really safe. And after I left, I really felt so empty inside. I don't know what it is, but I've just built such a good connection with the staff that was working there, with the chefs who was working there, with the floor staff, with the waiters and the waitresses that was working with me there. And I felt really sad. It's actually definitely an experience to remember, and it's always like engraved in my mind when I think of it. And yeah, so we're just people of different backgrounds that just come together. My favorite childhood films are Shrek, Cars, and Finding Nemo, and also A Bug's Life. When I was younger, it got to a point where I would tell everyone like Shrek is my husband, like Shrek is my husband, guys, don't touch him. And like every movie premiere, I remember going to the theater, watching Shrek, and like sending, you know how like theater, they have like these posters of like the movies, right? So that they would have it in every single wall. And I remember loving him so much. Even now, I've watched Shrek the musical, it's so good. I love Shrek, man. Like, who doesn't love Shrek? He's so funny, I love him. So this is kind of embarrassing, but I used to have, my first ever boyfriend was, his name was Desmond. Oh, I'm exposing myself, but that's okay. I met him at my babysitter's because my grandmother was actually a babysitter, so she would have like kids come over. I remember him like, just like, I would always go to me, oh my god, can I be your girlfriend? And then we used to be really sweet together. This TMI, but I remember when I was younger, like my 5th birthday, like the only friend that was there to celebrate my birthday was like Desmond, and we would like celebrate it together, even because my birthday was in my birthday is actually January, so I don't even know where he is now. Like Desmond, if you're watching this, I hope you're doing well, because I haven't met him in like years now. I went to Sri KL International School for my secondary school. I did my IGs there, so I took like 9 subjects. I also took the IGCSE examination, so biochem, maths, maths, BM, English, accounting, literature, and history. So yeah, there you go. More art subjects than science subjects. I know, don't come for me. I actually had this soft toy, this plush toy. His name was Patrick, and he's this red like fluffy dog. And I remember having him ever since I was the age of 1, but I lost him at the age of 10 because I was bringing him to like my primary school, right? And then it slipped out of the car, and like I couldn't find it forever, and I was like broken, guys. I was devastated. I was sad, I was depressed for like a really long time. So I love him. And there was this really funny story about like me cutting his hair. So like what happened was like I thought like the hair on plush toys would grow back, like as it would on humans, right? Because obviously hair grows back. So what I didn't know is that it didn't grow back. So I took a pair of like scissors, right? Used like one like strand of its hair, like, or a few strands of hair, and like, snipped it like a little bit. And my mom was screaming at me, and I can remember this so well. So yeah, I learned a lesson. Never to ever cut your plush toy's hair, guys. I used to do rhythmic gymnastics for 3 years, and I hated it. It was bad. Like, I don't know what it was. I just hated my coaches. Like, hate is a strong word. When I was doing it, it was like when I was 9, and then like I stopped when I was 12. I just hated every single part of it. Like the coaches there, like everyone there was just not friendly, and I just hated doing everything. I think I have a few pictures of me doing it. I can insert it here, but they're so embarrassing. I don't know what it was about rhythm gymnastics. Like, it's my favorite sport to watch on Olympics, but I don't know what it was about me doing it. I just hated everyone there. Like, I hated doing it. Like, you know, like Asian parents, right? They send you to every single thing that they find. So yeah, that was my life, guys. My biggest fear is finding hair in food. And I say this like a lot of times to my friends. Every single time we get food from like the cafeteria, because how my school canteen works is that you already pay for the food like beforehand, so whether you want to eat it or not is like a different story. And every single time the food that I get always ends up having like a piece of hair in it. I don't know what it is about like my luck, about like being unlucky and like finding hair in my food, and I got so traumatized. So every single time I see a hair, I'm just like, I'm not eating this anymore, and I wouldn't have like an appetite for the whole day, which was so bad. This is like a fact, but I really am like just average okay with animals. Like I wouldn't be one who like go hours searching on like cat photos or like puppies or like kitten photos on like Pinterest. I don't know what it is, but like even like myself, I don't think I would ever take care of a pet. Like it's just too much responsibility. I can't relate to all those people who's always like, oh my god, like I have like 3 dogs, 5 cats, and like 1 iguana. Like I cannot relate. But like just tell me in the comment sections if you guys feel the same way, because I feel like I'm just okay with like pets, you know, like even dogs. So my dad introduced me to the Glee series when I was like 9, when it first came out, right? And I've been obsessed with it ever since. And it's safe to say that like my favorite series of all time is Glee, and I've watched every single episode at least twice, and I've watched all the seasons, and I'm so in love. And that is the only reason why I'm introduced to this musical theatre thing. There's always like a debate about how like, oh, people only like finally get to start to know about like musical theatre because of Glee. But yeah, I'm not ashamed to tell everyone that I found out about musical theatre because of Glee, and I'm not afraid to tell you that. My favorite variety show of all time is Running Man. I watch it every single day when it comes out on Monday at like 9 AM. It's actually from Korea, and I love everything that you do in this show. They do like a lot of like obstacle races and a lot of like themed races, so like it's a competition. The members on the show would compete to like win stuff. Like even it's just like really funny, and like my favorite member in the show is Lee Kwang-soo, and I love him because he's so humorous and he's so funny. I live with my mom, my dad, my brother, and my aunt, and we live in this house, and I've only ever moved like twice. I sometimes think like all of this is not real and it's just illusions. Like have you ever wondered what if like we are not real and like we're just being controlled by like some kind of like being out there? So like I always wonder like what if all this that we're doing is not actually real, and it's just your own mind thinking things. Complicated, but something that you should think about. I don't know what it is, but I just can't watch movies on flights. Whether it's like a movie that I've been wanting to watch for a very long time. So like let's say like what, Shrek comes out on the move, like one of the, you know, those screens, light screens at the back of like the chair. I don't know what it is, like I just can't watch movies like on flights. It's not because I have like plane sickness or anything. If it's like movies that I downloaded on my iPad or like I downloaded it myself, then I'll be able to watch it. Next fact, I'm 5 foot tall. Don't judge. Trust me, okay, I hear that a lot. I'm short, but whatever. It's genes, right? It's just Asian parents' genes, okay? I used to be that very try-hard kid in school, and this is so true. And I would join every single like uniform body, every single like Coco club. Let me name you like 5. I think I'm more than that, but like okay, I used to be in the Leo club. I was the vice president of a Leo club. My Leo club was my everything. Guys, if you're watching this, my members, I love you so much. Then I used to be in Greenhouse Committee, which is one of like the, you know, the sports houses. A member of the librarian board, the editorial board, band. Yeah, I can't really remember them right now, but yeah, you get the idea. Like I was a really try-hard kid. I want to design my house one day, and I say this because this house that was built to my dad, like he put so much thought into like designing the whole house, and I want to do the same for like when I grow up, when I get enough money to like purchase my own house. I want to be like doing every detail, like going through the details with my architect, like the wall colors, the curtain colors, and like how like the interior design should go about. A house is not a home. Oh my god, I'm gonna get copyrighted, okay. My favorite spirit animal is a cow. And I don't know what it is, but I just love cows. Like, they don't bother you. The only thing they eat is grass. Who doesn't like cows? I don't know a single person who hates cows. And I've been loving them since forever. Like, my one dream is like when I retire, I'm gonna stay on this farm together with my cow. I would like ride on him everywhere and go like adventures, you know. That's my dream, guys. My biggest like fashion inspiration is actually Best Dressed. If you guys don't know who she is, I'll link her channel down below. She gives the best fashion advice, and she's just really like all her thrifting videos, all her like outfit videos, all her like lookbooks. They're just a big inspiration to me, and I love her so much. And like these pearl inspired clips are actually by her, so like yeah. Cross your fingers, touch the woods, touch every single wood. I have not gotten any stitches or like broken the bone. I mean, it's probably because I'm not like athletic enough. That's why I don't get injuries. Just the thought of like getting stitches and like going to the doctor and dealing with like all that casts like on your hand, and it's just a bit scary to me. I prefer traveling to urban cities rather than going on nature trips, which is very true. Like I prefer going to like see the cityscapes, the architecture, the infrastructure, and all that, like the shape of buildings, rather than going on like beach trips, like nature trips, like hiking trips. Like I don't know what it is, but it just feels like more appropriate for me to go on like city trips and like take pictures rather than like be one with the nature. I've never had chickenpox in real life, and I'm always so scared because people say you either get it when you're like alive or you get it when you're dead, and like they say the older you get it, the more painful it is. So I'm really scared, like if I get it like really old, like if I'm like 60 and I get it, it's gonna be so painful. My favorite musical of all time is actually Phantom of the Opera, and like I know this is like quite a basic choice. Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber took like so much, like put so much thought into all the music and lyrics. I just love it so much. And like a recent like musical that I've loved is actually Dogfight. And if you guys don't know what Dogfight is, you guys should go and watch it. And like when the first time I watched it, I just cried so much. It was so emotional, it was so intense. And yeah, so you guys should check those two musicals out. We're almost done. If you guys are here, if you guys are with me until this part of the video, you guys rock, guys. Really. I can't be alone for more than 2 hours, or I'll start feeling really empty or really anxious. This is really true. Like when I'm like studying and revising, I'm fine with like being alone because I'm doing something, I'm keeping myself occupied. But when it's just like casual days like this, like I can't go for more than 2 hours for like not talking to someone, whether it's like verbally talking or like talking on your phone or like just, you know, like texting or like FaceTiming. So I would never live alone, which is like another fact. So yeah, I think that's all I have for you today, guys. That's all. It has been so much fun making this video. It has been so much fun telling you guys my stories, my life. If you guys have any very interesting things, or it might not be interesting, it's just like something that you want to share, please like comment it down below in the comment section, and I'll read it. And yeah, it'll just be very amazing. Tell me things that not a lot of people know, like things that people don't know about yourself. See you next week, guys. It's been so fun. Thank you. Bye.